Duckworth is joined by Katie Bailey, who I think that was her 1,000th all-around appearance in college, even though she's only been here a year and meet. And Caleb Williams back after sitting out all the last season. Coach, if you'll just kind of give your thoughts.
Woo! That was fun. Coming in, we were calm, patient, ready, and the butterflies kind of hit this morning. And I feel like we expected some jitters, we expected some introductions of new faces and such. We were excited to get some new people back and some new faces. Very proud of the overall performance of coming back from mistakes and ending strong. Certainly some work to do, but I think we're headed in the right direction.
What were those jitters like? When you say jitters, what was going through your head?
Well, we have rehearsed and practiced as much pressure as you can in the gym, and had 7 for 7 and multiple times that we practiced that. So when the jitter sets in, you know, you get a little nervous, you change how you do things, and the goal is to push where you're not changing, you're doing it just like practice. And so you have to just learn how to get through those things. I think that some of our freshmen were a little jittery, and we'll learn from it.
How about for you as your first time as a head coach? What was this like for you?
Well, Kayla and I had a little moment right before ball. I was like, Kayla, remind me to step back, look at the audience, take a deep breath, and just enjoy the moment right then. And for me, it was like, wow, I'm truly the head coach of my alma mater. How blessed am I? And then it was go time. I felt really comfortable. It was interesting, on floor, we had an intended lineup, and based on how we warmed up, we felt like, oh, we probably need to make a few changes here or there, because the month of January is about being safe and making really good choices to stay healthy. So we asked Katie Bailey to make a switch at the last minute, and we popped someone else in, and it just worked out well. And that was new for me, because I've never been in that position to be able to make that choice. And between Brian, Bill, and I, we got together, we made a quick decision, and it was the right one.
Kayla, how did it feel to get back out there?
It felt good. I felt good all week, all fall, all morning, and then it's kind of like the lights went down, the fireworks started going off, and I felt myself, you know, kind of getting jittery, like Dana said. And I think for me, I maybe like tried to calm myself down a little too much. But I think, you know, this is round 1 of many battles that we have to come this year, so lessons learned.
You guys had a couple falls on the bars, I guess. What was it like at that point for all 3 of you guys?
Like Dana said, I think that in practice we do a really good job with trying out different scenarios, so when someone has a mistake, we're really good about adjusting to it. And so I think it's the same thing when we get out under the lights. It's go time, it's just like we do in practice.
I agree with what Katie said. It's something that we've practiced multiple times, you know, to try to put people in different scenarios and, you know, put the end of the lineup under pressure if somebody before them was to fall. Again, I think that's round 1 mistakes, and, you know, as the season goes on, it's something you won't see happen as often.
I feel that we try to anticipate as much as we possibly can in a practice environment and in an intra-squad situation. And you anticipate that at some point someone's going to make a mistake. And then immediately you have to adapt, okay? So what are you going to do next? And then you have to overcome what's ever happened. And so you do those 3 things and you learn how to do them well, the more times you're put in that position. And I feel like the comeback after a mistake was probably the best success that will move us forward.
Coach, you said to ask you after the meet. Now it's after your first meet. Was there anything that surprised you? Was it about like you expected? You've already talked generally what it was about. Was it pretty much what you thought it was going to be?
I would say it was pretty much everything I thought it was going to be and more, but I didn't know where to stand when we went to floor. I was like, I sat behind the music for 15 years, and I thought, I don't really know where I stand. And so figuring that out and those little things, but you know, it really did feel very comfortable, because I've stood in those different places for a long time and just feel like it was fun. I learned a lot, to make some quick decisions sometimes and be ready for whatever is presented to you.
For all of you guys, Kiana had a little trouble on the uneven bars. What do you think that situation was like for her, and how did you guys kind of help her through that?
I mean, for her, she's a freshman. It's the first time she's been in front of a crowd this big, elite, you know, level 10, whatever competition she's been in before this one tonight. She's never had that many fans, you know, on her side. And I think she just kind of let the nerves get the best of her, and she's going to get more opportunities in practice and in inter squads and once again out under the lights, but I think she just let the nerves get the best of her, and afterwards, you know, we just pulled her and we were like, we got your back. The rest of the lineup has your back.
The interesting part, Kiana was similar to Kayla last year in her season. She got hurt her first meet, and she has not competed in a whole year. And so this was the first time she was healthy and got to get back out there. And so, and she was a freshman. So that combination, but she gets it, and she will have more opportunity to show that she can handle that pressure.
I just think adding on what they said, Kiana has been out for a while. She suffered a slight injury at the beginning, and she's been pushing through despite MRI after MRI. She's been pushing through, encouraging us like she's supposed to, and she's come back on every event pretty much quicker than I think any of us expected. So for her to be out there the first meet is just great enough, I mean, I think for her.
Anything else? Thank you, ladies.
Thanks.